against my old mate from Manchester, Des Gargano. This took place at the Croce Leisure Centre in Sunderland in October of '92. And the fifth fight for Naz. This is when he was promoted by National Promotions. Of course, Naseem unbeaten in the 4 fights coming to this one, and he stopped all of his opponents. And Naz did it all as an amateur. And as you can see, he's rather irrepressible. But Des Gargano's sure to give Naz a bit of a workout. Known as a bit of a speedy individual, Des. One thing that Des Gargano is very proud of is the fact that he's very rarely been stopped in all his fights.
Is a bantamweight contest of 6 3-minute rounds, introducing in the blue corner from Manchester, Des Gargano.
So there's Des with Nobby Nobbs in his corner.
And in the red corner from the Yemen and Sheffield, the Arabian Prince Naseem Hamed.
So there he is then, Naseem Hamed. From, in fact, born in Sheffield, but his parents are from the Yemen. Des Gargano, a veteran now of over 100 fights, of which he'd won a third. Naz, trained and managed by Brendan Ingle, as he had been since he was a young lad, and a natural. He can do it all, and believe me, he can hit. And prior, even before he was turning pro, don't forget, I was talking about Naz long before he turned professional, and had the displeasure of sharing a ring with him in Sheffield on one occasion. Something I shan't be too quick to repeat, believe me. So Des Gargano then, who could box either right or left hand forward. And he's boxed in very good class as Des throughout his career. Outscored by the reigning British Super Bantamweight champion, Richie Wenton, on points in November of, when was that, 93. Prior to this, though, Des had boxed abroad. He'd also been outpointed by Tim Driscoll. Bradley Stone, Danny Porter. And the only time that Des has had a crack at a championship was when he actually fought Nigel Crook in February of '89 in an eliminator for the Central Area Bantamweight crown. And that's the only sniff he's had, which is a great pity, really. Des a pro now since 1985, hits the floor for the second time. His first couple of fights were against a man who'd go on to become British Super Featherweight champion, my old mate Sugar Jubiliru. Very early on he was boxing the likes of Pat Clinton, Sean Murphy. John Davison, of course. At times, back to back, in fact. And one of his best recent wins came in '93 when he beat Alex Doherty on a 4th round stoppage up in Irvine in Scotland. So Naz then taking his time here, just keeping Des on the move. And Des's, I suppose, joint passion really, in life is fishing. Not a bad passion to have either. I like a bit of that when I get the time. And that's the third time that Des has hit the deck. But we've got no 3 knockdown rule in Britain, I'm very glad to say. And referee Gerald Watson, they're leading Des back to the corner. Well, of course, everyone, you can't fail to mention the likes of Wayne McCulloch when you're thinking about Naseem Hamed. Also, the man we saw earlier, Johnny Armour. And Naz is ranked number 5 in the world by the Independent World Boxing Rankings. And believe me, I've got no reservations at all in saying that Naz could win several versions, in fact several different weights he could become a world champion at. Very heavy puncher, a very smart mover. He's ranked above the WBO champion Alfred Cote. He's ranked above the IBF champion Harold Mestre from Colombia. Watson, they're just taking a look at Des. This is round 4. So Gargano then, a veteran of over 100 professional fights, against a man having just his 5th. Gargano now managed by Jack Doughty. And Des was a former East Lancashire bantamweight champion back in 1984. And on his ABA trial, lost the former Olympic representative, John Hyland. So a bit of amateur form there for Des. And great body shot from Naseem. They hurt, yes, we know. They hurt. And Des up at 7, but referee Watson calling it off. And that was a very painful body shot by a very talented young fighter. He gets brasher by the week, I think you'll agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2 minutes 6 seconds of the 4th round, the referee has stopped the contest. There's Gargano being in no position to continue. The winner, Naseem Hamed.
Well, we're going to take another look at Naz very shortly, and actually against Chris Clarkson. Stay with us for that, won't you?